Class of 2019, you may be seated. Good evening and welcome, students, parents, staff, superintendent, board member, and guests. My name is Claudia Roof, and I am the principal here at Glencoe High School. This is my fourth year representing this amazing community. Before we begin our graduation, I want to take a moment to remember those who are not here today. Michael Garcia, Riley Hyder, and Martin Howe. Please join me in a moment of silence to remember Michael, Riley, and Martin. Thank you. And let's give him a round of applause. You did it. We did it. You all accomplished one of the major early milestones of your lives, high school graduation. This is a major step in your journey of life, one that should be recognized as a tremendous accomplishment. This is an act of not only personal commitment, but also pride for you, your families, and your teachers. You have worked hard to get here today. A high school diploma is a wonderful tool in the world, one that opens many doors, many opportunities for all of you. Graduation is not the end goal. It is instead a moment during the larger journey of your lives. Today is the launching point that will propel you to whatever you want to do in the future: college, mission, trade school, the military, a job, travel, or anything else you want to do. Today has shown you, your parents, and your teachers that you're capable of accomplishing your goals when you commit yourselves to excellence. Yesterday, as you walked through our school doors for the last time, may those grown-up lunchboxes be filled to the brim with all the values and qualities integrity embodies. Be grateful for what you have, shared it with generosity, and continue to replenish with kindness and hard work. Just before the lid closes for the final time tonight, let me gently place on top of it unconditional love for each and every one of you, and every blessing your future will bring. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the class of 2019. Not only are they super gorgeous and adorable, but they're also very smart. The class of 2019 has 7 valedictorians and 3 salutatorians. I am also very proud to say that our first Glencoe graduate has met the requirements to earn the bilingual seal and diploma that is recognized at the state level, and that is Alec Yard. A 179 members of the class of 2019 completed a college and career pathway while here at Glencoe. You will see those students wearing this evening cords, each color representing their different focus area. 72 students have completed the requirements for the Chancellor's Diploma. These students will be decorated with a white tassel on their caps tonight. Also, we have 46 students who have earned an honors diploma, and they will be wearing the gold stole. Over 64 students in this senior class are first-generation high school graduates. And they will be wearing a black and red cord. We have 70 OSAA scholar athletes, and activity scholars as well. We have 39 students who have earned 9 or more credits, either through PCC or Oregon University systems, and they're wearing a blue and gold cord. We also today are proud to say we have 15 students who have enlisted in the military. They're wearing a red, white, and blue cord. Over 200 seniors have indicated that they have received at least one scholarship to attend the college of their choice. This means, in dollars, over $4 million for the class of 2019. Last but not least, all seniors here tonight, I am proud to say, have met all the requirements of the Hillsboro School District and the state of Oregon. The Glencoe High School of class of 2019, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Before we begin tonight, this is a real special graduation for me. It is my 4th year, so I have seen your children grow and learn from 9th graders all the way to 12th grade. And I also have several kids here that I was their middle school principal as well, so I've known them for a really long time, and I'm proud of each one and every one of them. Could you please all rise? Remove your hats, and our Concord Choir will perform the national anthem. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh God, that's really great. Seated on stage, it gives me great pleasure to introduce this year's senior class officers who will be helping to MC tonight's ceremony. Senior Class President, Madison McGlasson. Senior Class Vice President, Noe Castillo. Senior Class Secretary, Jocelyn Gill. Senior Class Treasurer, Faith Halliday. And Senior Class Editor, Allison Jacoby. Thank you to each of you for your service to the Glencoe community, and in particular this senior class. You have been and continue to be great leaders, servants, and role models to your fellow graduates. Also, I would like to introduce 3 very special Glencoe staff members who our graduating class chose to represent them as honorary seniors this year. Mr. Richard Stanley, who will be sharing a special message with the graduating class a little later in the ceremony, and Mr. Jory Shane and Tom Stevens, who the class asked to represent them as honorary seniors this year. All of our amazing Glencoe staff have made a positive impact on this graduating class, but these individuals were selected by the class for the important guidance and relationships that they have formed with this class over the last 4 years. Thank you to all of the educators and the positive impact they have made on each of you over the course of the last 13 years. Seniors, please give all of your teachers a round of applause. In addition to our staff, graduates, and their families, we have other distinguished guests joining us this afternoon. At this time, I ask you to please welcome Hillsboro School District's Superintendent Mike Scott to introduce our other guests.
Good evening. On behalf of the Hillsboro School District, it is truly an honor to join you to celebrate the outstanding achievements of Glencoe High School's class of 2019. To all the family members and friends who are here, we extend our sincere appreciation. Your presence at this event signifies that you value education and recognize the hard work and perseverance that these students have demonstrated. Thank you to Principal Roof and the amazing staff members who work every day to make a difference in the lives of our students. I'd also like to take a moment to introduce a couple folks who are going to be assisting with the ceremony this evening. Assistant Superintendent Travis Ryman and Assistant Superintendent Dale Spitzer, as well as Board Chair Lisa Allen and Board Member Kim Strelchin, who is retiring from the board after 8 years of service. Thank you for your many hours. So graduates, I remember when I was a high school senior. It was a few years back. My friends and I were making some plans for what was going to happen after graduation. Manuel, a good friend of mine, says, "Hey, hurry home, we've got the plans for graduation. I'm going to give you a call." Now, it sounds funny to say hurry home to get your call, but back then, the phone was mounted on the side of the wall in your house, and you had to be there to answer it. Much different than it is now. To make matters worse, back then at our house, we had what was called a party line. A party line isn't nearly as much fun as it sounds. Party line was one that was shared with the entire neighborhood. So if you wanted to make a phone call, you picked up your phone that was attached to the wall, and you listened. If no one else was on the line, if none of your neighbors were making a phone call, then you had the opportunity to go ahead and call. If they were on the line, you waited. So knowing I was going to get a call, I rushed home from school and waited for the phone to ring. And I'm so glad I was there when the phone rang. I can still remember everything that we did after graduation. I can remember the plans that we made, all the fun that we had. And that's my hope for you as well. As you graduate, I hope that you can take it all in. The ceremony, being with your family and friends afterwards, the next couple of days, and all that it means for you. This is the moment you don't want to miss. Tonight and the days that follow are not the days that you want to be distracted. You want to live in this moment. I can guarantee you a few years from now, you're not going to remember all of those things that could distract you. You won't remember the great post you made on Instagram or Snapchat. You won't remember Call of Duty or TikTok or whatever the latest app is. The fads and the trends, they're going to come and go. But the friends and family that you spend time with, those can last a lifetime. I can tell you with certainty that the fads are going to come and go, because back when I graduated, if the fads hadn't changed, I'd be standing here in front of you with a boombox. It would be blasting Billy Idol or Duran Duran. I would have a mullet that was parted down the middle and sprayed down with Aquanet. And I'd be worried about getting to the video arcade to play Asteroids, Pac-Man, or Space Invaders. Could be the first time ever Space Invaders got applause. The fads and trends are going to change, and that's a good thing. Think back to the trends and the fads that you have left behind over the last couple of years. In elementary school, you may have spent some time playing Angry Birds. I don't see a lot of people running around with Pokemon cards anymore. Never hear the phrase YOLO. Bottle flipping, not so much anymore. Fidget spinners, I don't see those either. And you don't hear about kids eating Tide Pods anymore. You won't remember those things that filled your time. What you will remember and continue to remember is who was supporting you during this time, who your friends were, how your family helped you. So enjoy this moment Enjoy the ones you're with, the moment that you've worked so hard for, the moment that you've heard about, you've thought about, and you've waited for. You've earned this moment. Take some time to take it in. We're incredibly proud of you. We hope you have a great night. Thank you.
One second. Good evening. On behalf of the class of 2019, thank you for joining us in our celebrations of our accomplishments. At this time, I'd like to recognize and honor our salutatorians and valedictorians of the class of 2019. These are students who are driven to excel academically at Glencoe High School. As your name is read, if you would please walk to the center of the field and remain there until all names are read. Our valedictorians are Thomas Bellows, Sierra Childs, Madeline Bullis, Mateo Garcia Ortiz, Jenna Gaskin, Kyle Lyman, Joshua Phelps, Emily Price, and Emma Johnson. Our salutatorians are Bailey Burke and Benjamin Goody. Congratulations on your academic success. You may be seated. Okay, I would also like to honor our other student government leaders, our ASB cabinet. If you could please walk to the center of the field as your name is called and remain there until all names are read. Your ASB president, Benjamin Richards. ASB vice president, Maya Jensen. ASB secretary, Aurora Laporte. ASB treasurer, Kyle Lyman. And your public relations officers, Andrew A.J. Lucas and Emily Beaumont. Thank you to each of you for your leadership and service to the Glencoe student body. Please join me in honoring each of these amazing students and for their scholastic achievement and dedication to Glencoe High School with a round of applause. You may be seated.
All right. Our first commencement speech this evening will be given by Lily Yazzie. Where's Lily? There you are.
Hi, Mom. I stand before you as we are just a few hours before being officially released into the great unknown. We stand on the precipice of adulthood, waiting for our first real taste of freedom. None of us can even begin to predict what the future holds. Though most of us have plans, or at least some kind of idea of where we want to go, these plans are not concrete. Many of us had plans going into high school. What classes we would take, which people we would stay friends with, clubs we would participate in. But look at how much life has changed since then. Look at how much we were unable to anticipate. We may not be able to predict the future, but what we do know is where we came from. We have all been through the unique experience that is Glencoe. Despite our differences, we walk the same halls all the way to the end. Most students joke that what defines Glencoe is the bright orange lockers, giant ventilation tubes, and classes filled almost to the breaking point with students. But Glencoe cannot be defined solely by its physical attributes. Glencoe is instead shaped by every student's passion. You can see it when you go to sporting events, and the bleachers are shaking and our faces are red from shouting G-Paws at the top of our lungs. You can see it when students take classes and pursue subjects they are actually interested in, and their faces light up as they talk about it. My experience at Glencoe was shaped by my passion for the environment. I've always loved animals and nature, and I used to think this would make me a great veterinarian. But I soon realized that performing surgery was the last thing I wanted to spend my life doing. Even though what I wanted to be when I grew up was constantly in flux, my passions never changed. High school helped connect me with the resources I needed to apply my passions to the real world. My passion for the environment translated into me taking a boatload of science courses, something I didn't exactly love at the time, but it served me well. My love for animals pushed me to take part in volunteering experiences that were devoted to training and caring for animals. Exploring this passion led me to volunteering at the Oregon Zoo, and the community and friends I've made through this have been simply invaluable. My want to lead and empower others pushed me to serve as president of the Environmental Impact Club and lead speech and debate alongside my lovely co-captain, Tasha Robinson. I have worked all year to ensure these clubs are well taken care of for years to come. It took days and weeks and months of hard work, but I wouldn't want it any other way. At Glencoe, you can see our passions and how we work together, and also in how we push back. When lanyards were first implemented, students were outraged. We refused to wear them, we complained about them almost every class period, and even the mention of lanyards was enough to set off every student in the near vicinity. But we eventually worked together, and we adapted. At Glencoe, we're passionate, and we care almost to a fault. With the bond money and renovations beginning soon, Glencoe is going to change. But the same passion that has driven us through our 4 years here will continue to drive students as long as there is a Glencoe. The fierceness that we have brought with us today will continue to serve us even after we've left. We might not use the Pythagorean theorem every day, but our commitment to the things we care about is a lifelong trait. As we go into the future, we must channel our passions into our everyday lives. We're the next generation of teachers, doctors, politicians, and artists. If we are listless and formulaic in our endeavors, we will never get anything of importance done. History is made by those who take risks and truly care. We have almost come to the end of our time here at Glencoe, and I would be remiss if I didn't take a second to recognize those who have pushed me through high school. I'm so lucky to have had my mom and my little brother to support me and always listen to me. I know that's hard sometimes. I talk a lot. To my family members that, despite the distance, have made sure to support me in all of my ventures, thank you. It's made all the difference. I have also been so fortunate in the teachers I have had throughout the years who have motivated me and recognized my passions. To all of my fellow students who have shown unwavering support and loyalty, thank you. It has meant so much. Even people I may not have liked or agreed with, I'm thankful for the lessons you have taught me. The future is uncertain. For those of you terrified of this notion, my constant reminders of this throughout my speech have undoubtedly been no help. Sorry about that. But you don't need an insanely complicated plan to know things will turn out all right. You know yourself better than anyone else in this world, and you know how to get yourself where you need to be. Things are always changing, and in 4 more years, I'm sure you will have too. But our experience at Glencoe is something we will always have in common. So one last time, before we leave, I encourage you to be passionate, to be motivated, and to be the change you wish to see in the world. Thank you, and roll Tide.
Excellence in musical production is a Glencoe tradition. Our band welcomed us this evening with the playing of Pomp and Circumstance. Now, the senior choir members will perform the song No Time as arranged by Susan Brumfield.
Rise, O fathers, rise, let's go meet him in the skies. We will hear the angels singing in that morning. Oh, I really do believe that just before the end of time, we will hear the angels singing in that morning. Rise, O fathers, rise, let's go meet him in the skies. We will hear the angels singing in that morning. Oh, I really do believe that just before the end of time, we will hear the angels singing in that morning. No time to tarry here, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry here, for I'm on my journey home. No time to tarry here, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry here, for I'm on my journey home. Brothers, oh, fare ye well. Brothers, oh, fare ye well. Brothers, oh, fare ye well, for I'm on my journey home. Sisters, oh, fare ye well. Sisters, oh, fare ye well. Sisters, oh, fare ye well, for I'm on my journey. Journey home, oh, fathers rise. Journey home, oh, fathers rise. We will on my journey home. Journey home, oh, fathers rise. Journey home. We will hear them sing in that morning. On my journey, on my journey, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry. Rise on my journey, on my journey, no time to wait for you, no time for my
Thank you, Glencoe Choir. It is now my pleasure to announce our next commencement speaker, Mikhail Thompson.
By the way, class of 19, you guys look beautiful. Hello. It is my honor to be able to speak in front of you guys today. Growing up, I was the shy kid, the kid that would cry over the little things. I was known as being kind of weird. It's just a tad different from who I am today. Well, except for the weird part, that's kind of stuck around. Well, we did it. 13 years later, 14 for those preschoolers out there, and our lives as we know them are about to change. We're leaving Glencoe now. Some of us are leaving the city, or state, or even country. Our new lives are starting as I speak. Those school bells we followed over the years will no longer ring for us. We say goodbye to the teachers we may not have always seen eye to eye with, but knew that their best intentions were meant to lead us to this day. We also say goodbye to the teachers that became like family to us, as well as the staff of Glencoe, ranging from counselors to custodians and attendants and administration. I want to take a moment to thank every single one of our teachers and staff who have helped us to get here in one way or another. So can I please get a round of applause for them? We won't see each other as often anymore, but I believe that these friendships we've made are the most important thing we've found through these past years. I see you guys as my family. I may not know your name. I'm sure many of you might not know a person sitting next to you, so go ahead, introduce yourselves. But you have all been there when it was needed most as a student body. To the cheer-offs, which haven't always gone to plan. Who remembers when we were booed by the seniors our first time as a full student body? Yep, yeah. Great times. I tip my funny-looking hat to all of our activities, events, and athletics. From the homecomings we enjoyed, to the football games we watched, the soccer matches we played, to the musicals we created, the volleyballs we spiked, to the robots we made, the debates we won, to the music that we played, the songs we sung, to the structures we built, the pictures we painted, to the basketballs we dunked, to all the lives we made better simply by doing things together. Glencoe has always been known for its passion, its fire, its student body who will get riled up no matter the situation. Not only are we an enthusiastic group, but we're an incredibly caring group. We have completed hundreds of volunteer hours on behalf of people inside and outside of our school. We rallied together to support people battling different things, whether it's helping a friend with anxiety and depression, or supporting a Glencoe family facing cancer. We've held each other's hands through many losses in our years as well. We unfortunately lost Michael Garcia during our Evergreen days. We lost Riley Hyder junior year. He was a man many of us knew and still think of today. I remember how laid back but hilarious Riley was. He was also really good at computer games before they were super popular, and I was always really, really envious of him for that. And this year, with Fermín Alonso and Diego Garcia Rodriguez, recent graduates from 2018 here at Glencoe, I was blessed enough to know Fermín through soccer and tech theater. He always came to practice with a smile on his face and instantly changed the environment and the attitude of our team. He was always a light to others, someone we as a team looked up to. And then there's our little angel, our sparrow, Gracie. Someone who taught us to love and keep fighting. Someone we banded together as a school to give her the support she needed to keep fighting. Even through her battle, she still emitted a light that could brighten any room, something I witnessed firsthand when she walked into the gym at Glencoe. And of course, my good friend Martin Howe, who we just recently lost, who taught us to stay nitty strong and to be kind to everyone we met, which I keep very close to my heart. He was an incredibly smart guy and someone who knew what his goals were, and by God, he was going to accomplish them. This one's for you guys. Your strength, smile, energy, and friendship live on in all of us sitting here today. Everyone here. And those who are here in spirit are my ohana. And if you know this, you can go ahead and sing along with me. To quote my good friend Stitch, ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. In class of 2019, I will never forget you. Meke aloha, mahalo, with love. Thank you.
Thank you, Makayo. Next, Kali Lanthois, who has been here at Glencoe this year as an exchange student from Australia, will be performing I Was Here by Beyonce Noels.
I wanna say I lived each day until I died. And something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I leave no regrets. Leave something to remember so they won't forget. I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I wanna say I lived each day until I died, and know that I meant something in somebody's life. The hearts I have touched will be the proof that I leave, that I made a difference, and this world will see I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. Just want them to know that I gave my all, did my best, brought someone some happiness, left this world a little better just because I was here. I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here.
is with my great pleasure to welcome our honorary senior speaker who will share a few words of wisdom with us, Mr. Richard Stanley.
Mom, I told you to wait at the motorcycle. Addiction. Addiction can be loosely defined as a substance that someone consumes or a behavior that they engage in that is A, not good for them, B, hurts people around them, and C, is very expensive. It hurts the person, it hurts the people around them, and it's very expensive, and it usually gets more so. I think it's fair to say, although a bit heavy, I think to all the young people in this stadium and class of 2019, we adults have given you an addiction. We have taught you how to do this. We've shown you how to do it. And this addiction I'm talking about, if we want to get clean from this addiction, we're going to have to do things differently. You wouldn't have a father who drank a bottle of vodka every night and look at that and say, yeah, that's how I want to do it. Or a relative who was a meth addict and say, that looks great, hope I end up like that. You would do things differently. We need to get clean from this addiction. And I want to bring up 4 ways to do that. Transportation. Class of 2019, you're going to be getting out of here and buying cars. Some of you already have. And you're getting clean in this area. That's wonderful. And some of you audience members as well are driving electric. Don't want to drive an electric car? Drive a high mileage vehicle, 35 miles to the gallon or more. I drive a motorcycle. You're like, only insane people ride motorcycles. You're right. Mass transportation does not work for everybody. Myself included, it would take me too long to get to work. But some of you take mass transportation, and that is a great way to get clean from this addiction. Bike riders as well, I commend you. A second area where we need to get clean from this addiction I'm talking about is meat. Beef, in particular, is a big part of this addiction. I'm not telling you to stop eating beef cold turkey. Figure that one out. But moving away from that is a critical way to get clean in that area. A plant-based diet. Some of you are doing this. Those are the vegetarians screaming. Good for you. That is a great way and a necessary way to move away from this addiction that we find ourselves in, that we arguably gave to you young people, and to get clean that way. The third way are buildings. You guys are going to be getting out and buying houses. Buildings that we live in and work in is where, sadly, we spend most of our lives. So think about getting clean in your house. You can call PGE, and for $5 more a month, I sound like an infomercial, forgive me, you can get clean in your house. Call them up. They probably think you mistakenly called them for some crack hotline, but call them up and say, I want to get clean in my house. $5 more a month with NW Natural or your natural gas provider will get you clean with your gas usage. And for about $300 a month, $300 straight, someone will come to your house and look at your house and tell you where you can get clean in your house with insulation and windows. This is uncomfortable, I see some people getting up and leaving. They're going to get a hot dog, probably, okay? It's okay. I see you. But it's really more than uncomfortable, I think, for most of us. When we look at this addiction, it's scary. It's scary to make these kinds of changes. Any addict will tell you that that is terrifying to move away from that substance or that behavior. It is fear. And I don't mean like, whoa, a ghost. I mean trembling, terrifying, I cannot do this kind of fear. And that brings me to my fourth way to get clean. And we're gonna have to go nuclear. I don't mean some silly political line like my button's bigger than your button or whatever, okay? I'm talking about nuclear to get clean. It's expensive, very expensive. But remember, addictions are. They are very expensive, and there are problems with going nuclear. I know that. But you guys, class of 2019, when you vote, when you make decisions about these kinds of policies, you're gonna have to look fear in the eye. It's gonna be hard, I know. But just like an addict, that's gonna take courage. You can do it. Now, a couple of footnotes for you here. We are all in this together. Please do not sneer at people. Do not be unkind to people, as we are all at some level addicted. So help each other in this. But equivalently, be leery of the excuse of, hey, you do what you want to do, I'll do what I want to do. If you lived in a gymnasium with 50 other people, just imagine that for a moment. I know you don't, but just imagine that for a moment. You're on your little 10-foot by 10-foot plot in the gymnasium with your sleeping bag, and it's winter, and it's cold in the gymnasium. And somebody decides to light their sleeping bag on fire because it's cold. And there they are, sleeping bags going up in flames, and hey, you want to get in on this? You have any hot dogs? Okay. And you walk over to them and you're like, hey, hey, what do you think they might say? You do what you want to do, and I'll do what I want to do, is what they might say. I think we need to be a little cautious of that. Now, this is heavy, and I don't want to end this day of celebration. Big buzzkill. I think there's a bright note in this, and I mean that. There's a light at the end of this tunnel. Silver lining around the cloud, pick your favorite overused cliche. I think there's hope in this. And class of 2019, I'm not the hope. These adults in here, as lovely as they are, they're not the hope either. Class of 2019, you guys are the hope. If you can do it differently. Thank you. Now I want you guys to do one thing for me, class of 2019. You're gonna like this. When I gesture to this side of the student group, I want you guys to yell, "We." Some of you might have to do that right now, so hang tough, okay? I want you to yell, "We." When I gesture to this side, you guys are going to yell, "Will." And if your name is Will, this is going to be a great day for you, okay? We will. Back over here, I'm going to gesture. Do. Over here, it. All of you graduates, class of 2019, are going to finish by screaming at the top of your lungs, differently. Once again, it's going to go, we will do it. And together, because that's what it's going to take, differently. Can we do this? I want you to yell so loud that those tents you're sitting under come up off the ground about a foot, okay? That's what I'm looking for. Are we ready? Class of 2019, you've made my night. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Stanley. And now, for the reason we're all here for. Superintendent Scott, members of the board, district staff, friends, family. It is my distinct pleasure as the principal of Glencoe High School to certify that the members of the class of 2019 have met all of the requirements prescribed by the state of Oregon and the Hillsboro School District. They are ready now to receive their diplomas. Roll Tide.
It's okay.
Benjamin Richards. Maya Jensen. Aurora Laporte. Kyle Lyman. Andrew Lucas. Emily Beaumont. Thomas Bellows. Madeline Bullis. Sierra Child. Mateo Garcia Ortiz. Jenna Gaskin. Joshua Phelps. Emily Price. Emma Johnston. Willie Johnston. Bailey Burke. Trinity Aaron Smith. Benjamin Goody. Trinity Aaron Smith. Alanis Acevedo. Michael Acosta. Elizabeth Adamson. Alex Agostini. Marcelino Aguilar Santos. Omar Aguilar Ramirez. Andrés Alfaro Reyes. Amy Allen. José Almonte León. Anthony Alonso. Leonel Alonso González. Natalia Alvarado. Ismael Amaro Escalante. Braden Anderson. Brooke Anderson. Elizabeth Anderson. Joshua Anderson. Eric Andrade Valdovinos. Ricky Antoine. Sophia Appleby. Natalie Appleby. Ivy Arch. Andrew Ashby. Ashley Ayala Estrada. Soraya Ayala Gomez. María Ayala Granados. Diana Barajas Hernández. Cody Barnbrook. Avery Barrett. Sadie Bastinelli. Gabriela Bautista Miramontes. Bailey Becker. Jensen Becker. Caitlin Becker. Shelby Beckwith. Peyton Bell. Zutlatzi Beltran Gutierrez. Ruby Benedict.
Andrea Bernabé Calderón. Paige Bingham. Christopher Beach. Michael Jordell. Neil Blaisdell. Chantia Bolton. Brandon Bosca.
Jaime Alfaro Bazán.
Tyler Bowden. Abigail Bowe. Jose Bravo. Jose Briceño Ayala. Kayla Brown. Bailey Brown. Courtney Brown. Lucas Bruce. Stephen Jet Bruno. Kylie Bryant. Andrew Buffalo. Monica Bulgarin. Trevor Bunch. Jonathan Burris. Nathaniel Burton. Emily Calder. Jose Campuzano Rosales. Carlos Cárdenas. Jose Cáceres Gómez. Litzy Cáceres Gómez. Nidia Chacón Venegas. Brett Champlin. Jordan Channel. Daniel Chavez Salazar. Kobe Jim Zananu. Natalie Clayton. Serena Clements. Joseph Collins. Sydney Coppage. Gavin Corso. Ashley Couch. Taylor Colson. Zachary Cock. Amy Craig. Britton Craze. Carson Crop. Jesus Cuevas. Olivia Cuff. Ivan Custodio. Jordan Dam. Cola Davis Smith. Luis de la Cruz Mora. Morgan DeBoer. Jacob Debris. Michelle Diaz Collins. Jackson Doan. John Damian Yuhas. Christopher Downey. Samuel Doxey.
Brennan Dunlap. Wendy Echeverria. Hope Edwards. Lauren Edwardson. Arlette Iriza Villa. Miguel Escalera. Axel Escamilla Alonso. Connor Fabris. Cassidy Fink. Cristian Flores. Jesus Flores. Ángel Flores Valdez. Sharia Flores. Pierce Flynn. Bryce Hornshell. Becca Frazier. Jason Frontino. Eliseo Galindo Perez. Rebecca Gamroth. Michael Garcia. Ángel Garcia Maciel. Becca. Marcela Garcia. Jennifer Garcia Martinez. Jose Garcia Miranda. Jaime Garcia Ortiz. Sofía Garrido. Amberlyn Gerke. Lene Gierig. Allison Giard. Erika Gonzalez Moreno. Gabriel Grant. Alexis Gray. Ethan Groner. Sofia Guli Elmi. Cassandra Gutierrez. Roberto Guzman. Jacob Hall. Vanessa Hartman. Ashley Hayden. Riley Hyder. Brandy Helms. Devin Henderling. Elizabeth Henninger. Nicole Herbert. Andrea Hernandez. Josué Hernández Davila. Saúl Hernández Salgado. Gerardo Herrera Moreno. Trevor Herzog. Maya-Lynn Hewer. Shannon Hilfer. Emily Holland. Elizabeth Hollinsworth. Tyler Holman.
Martin Howe. Gisela Huaracha Pineda. Miriam Infante. Andy Janet. Anya Janik. Oscar Jair Jerónimo Rico. Cannon Johnson. Anthony Castro. Carlos Garcia Lopez. Gabriela Justin. Cameron Kaiser. Alexi Kennedy. Duke Kong. Alyssa Kim. Morgan Kendall. Brett Kingred. Joshua King. Lincoln King. Hayden Kirkpatrick. Michaela Christian. Elizabeth Corienta. Trinity Kozak. Ksenia Korilova. Sofia Korilova. Carly Lenthois. Sydney Larison. Carter Larson. Theodore Lawson. Justin Lazenby. Jacqueline Miranda, Leon Miranda. Eric Lloyd. Kenzie Lorzel. Crystal Lopez. Joshua Lopez. Daniela Maldojano. Amber Marks. Lindsay Marsh. Stacy Martinez Cervantes. Ana Karen Martinez Torres. Cindy Martinez Chavez. Tiffany Majory. Travis May. Mitchell McCain. Riley McCain. Jessica Midel. Andres Mejia Aguilar. Anderson Mejia. Cameron Melcher. Patrick Mellett. Brian Mena. Cesar Mendoza. Joshua Mercado. Joseph Michael. Annika Midkiff. Elizabeth Milford.
Celeste Molina Sanchez. Victor Montano. Kaya Montes. Mauricio Montiel Saldivar. Daniel Montoya Garcia. Andy Mora. Sarelia Mora Torres. Matthew Maradi. Elena Morales Garcia. Andy Morales Perez. Tiernan Morgan. Anthony Munoz Aguilar. Abigail Munoz Aguilar. Tanita Mutter. Marcus Napier. Amy Navarrete. Nicholas Nelson. Sierra Nelson. Nayeli Nerio Rivera. Christine Nguyen. Holly Nolan. María del Carmen Nolasco García. Armando Nolasco Cáceres. Grace Northam. Harrison O'Leary. Rafael Orozco. Eileen Ortega. Daniel Parks. Grace Para. Salvador Peña Alvarado. Zachary Peterson. Caden Phelps. Amber Pete. Leah Pilves. Jonathan Pills. Taylor Pitts. Joshua Portinga. Nicholas Prince. Brooklyn Ravens. Brendan Rollins. Jared Ray. Jenna Ray. Rachel Ray. Cristo Reyes Cruz. Armando Reyes Ornalas. Pablo Reyes Sánchez. Rafael Rivas Chavez. Sonia Robertson. Tasha Robinson. Trent Robinson. Jocelyn Robles. Nancy Rodriguez Garcia. Riley Recker. Anthony Eliseo Roleto. Elizabeth Rusin. Olivia Russell.
Jacob Ryburn. Josie Ryder. Lourdes Salazar. Valerie Sanchez Mendoza. Olivia Sunpay. Kyle Sayer. Hannah Sharsh. Jonathan Schrader, Matthew Schrader, Hannah Selke, Sadie Shaw, Sophia Schuler, Sarai Silva Lopez, Araya Sliger, Sarah Sloan, Scott Smith, Dawson Smith, Melissa Solorio Ruiz, Warren Squire, Hope Stansel, William Stevens, Jade Stoddard, Mallory Stott, Kelvin Stuckey, Danielle Sunberg, Thomas Tockley, Sergio Tapia Rodriguez, Michelle Tapia Trejo, Callan Taylor, Aisha Turleson, McKenna Turleson, Yoas Tesfom, Montana Thurl, Scarlett Thomas, Zachary Thomas, Matthew McHale Thompson, Micah Toll, Lucas Topol, Joshua Torgerson, Jacob Trassen, Brian True, Gabriel Che, Kyla Tomlinson, Caleb Underwood, Jose Valdez, Brianna Van Dyke, Lindsay Van Dyke, Alyssa Vandehay, Helen Vinoy, Hunter Villanueva, Ellie Villarardo, Karen Villatoro Ramos, Elena Waldo, Dylan Walter, Chancey Webb, Samuel Weinman,
Anon Wise, Logan Wessel, Jordan Williams, Abby Williamson, Kyle Wing, Joseph Wishhack, Emily Wishhack, Henry Wishhack, Annabelle Woolner, Blossom Young, Lily Yazzie, Kyle Young, Carson Yurovchuk, Irma Veronica Zacaria Sebastian, Avery Zettenmeyer, Gloria Zermeño, Neil Zimmerly, Joshua Merritt, Sarah Mock, Asteri Mixer, Giovanni Nolasco Cázares, Hayden Herb, Thomas Johnson Shook, Tisha Cohn Maksheet, Tristan Vinoy, Shama Rivera, DeMarcus Osborne Jones, Neri Daniel Rubio Tello, Yolanda Soto, Jedediah Valdez, Caitlin Crass, Erica Ramos, Victor Garcia Gonzalez. Noé Castillo. Jaslina Gill. Madison McGlasson. Allison Jacoby. Faith Halliday.
I now present to you the class of 2019. A tradition that we have here at Glencoe High School is that when students enter our building as ninth graders, teachers welcome them in by forming a tunnel. I ask now Glencoe staff to please form your tunnel. Thank you. Parents, in a minute, I will release students and we will continue and we will finish our ceremony. I am going to ask that you remain up there until the students get close to the tunnel so we can get them moving through in a safe manner. All right, class of 2019, are you ready? All right, please come forward to the middle of the field. Parents, get ready for the photo opportunity here. Students, please face your family and friends. And you may move your tassel from the right to the left. I now pronounce you graduates of Glencoe High School class of 2019. You may throw your caps. Nice to see you, thank you. Students, you may now proceed to the staff tunnel.